Welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, Quincy, this time of the year, it may seem like everything is about pumpkins and ghosts for Halloween.
But there's actually another holiday around the corner, which is known for sugar skulls and marigolds that might not be as familiar. Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a holiday celebrated on November 1st and 2nd to celebrate and honor loved ones who have passed. Our next guest has been putting on a community celebration in California for 20 years. Please welcome to Main Street Living, Cathy Nykiel. Cathy, thanks so much for making some time for us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
So Cathy, tell us, what is the history of Day of the Dead?
So Day of the Dead is a Mesoamerican celebration that happens right around the end of October. The official dates are November and 2nd, 1st and 2nd. So we usually hold the festival in October, and it is done, we do it separately from Halloween because it's a totally different type of celebration.
Wow. Well, so Day of the Dead, it sounds like it would be sad, but it's actually more like a celebration. Like, how is it typically celebrated?
So especially with our huge population of Latino Americans here, this festival, people want to celebrate. So the Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, actually celebrates the lives of those of us who have impacted us, our family, our friends, and teachers, could be anybody that you want to share and celebrate their life. So it's done at Day of the Dead. There's several different ways to do that at our celebration and throughout America and Latin America. Mm-hmm. They usually will do several different things depending on where they're from and how large the area is. They may do a procession the night before to the cemetery with candles, clean the actual grave site, spend the night, tell stories all night, have a meal with their loved one at the cemetery. They may bring their favorite drink, favorite food, or they may have items at their home. So that would be an ofrenda, and there's several different items that they do to make this altar or ofrenda on behalf of someone who impacted their life and was part of their family, just to celebrate. Wow, I miss when so-and-so made this great meal, and I remember when we were laughing around the table and he told me a story about you, and it's just a fun time to get together and talk about our loved ones.
Oh yeah, it's pretty creative. I like that.
Yeah, yes. And I would have never thought to do it in a cemetery of all places. But you spoke about these altars or their offerings. What do these altars consist of?
So one of the items that we have are the marigolds, or also called cempasúchil in Mexico. And so the flowers are a large component of the ofrenda, at least in Latin America. It's used for a lot of medicinal things throughout the Aztecs. And so we usually have a lot of flowers. You can also bring in some little calaveras or skulls. I have several different ceramic ones here, but we have people actually make sugar skulls. And then you bring their favorite food. Usually it might be tamales. There are some spices maybe that they like, a favorite drink, water. There's several different items that you can bring to the actual altar itself.
Got you. Well, Cathy, you talked a little bit earlier about the different variations of celebrations, right? But for the Day of the Dead, how has it become so popular in the United States? It sounds like it would be something a little bit tough to catch on, right?
Yeah, yes and no. So I didn't really know that much about Dia de los Muertos until 2006. But once I found out about it, I loved it, because I'm not the scary movie person. I'm the person that wants to celebrate something. I'm the one who wants to remember the happy. I like the happy places. So celebrating somebody or and having a bunch of people that want to be around and be happy and celebrate, That's my type of event or idea that I want to do in my life. So Day of the Dead is a celebration of life. And with this particular tradition, it's also grasping that this is a circle of life.
Right.
You know, everybody impacts how everybody else is, and what you do in your life. You know, you may not think that you're really impacting somebody, but you may do something as simple as help someone out of a car or whatever it is, but it's a circle of life. So we start as a child, and then we become elderly, and then we pass away, but it's still a circle of life. So, and it happens. We have to accept that.
That's so cool. And it's taking something that maybe could be scary for people and making it into a celebration instead. I know you mentioned the marigolds and that the Aztecs use them. I see you have some beautiful ones right in front of you. Why are they the official flower of Day of the Dead?
So the one that I have, and again, I'm not the expert, but the first one is the Aztec legend. And I'm just going to look at my sheet because I always screw it up. There was a couple, and I can't say her name right, but her name meant flower.
Gotcha.
And the other gentleman's name meant hummingbird. And they grew up together and fell in love. But there was a war, and he was killed.
Mm.
During their time that they were alive, they used to go and pray to the sun god. Well, unfortunately, after he passed away, she was so distraught. She went to the sun god and said, I really want to be with him. I just don't understand. I love him. And so the sun god made her a flower, the cempasúchil, and he was reincarnated as a hummingbird.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
So it's a love story.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and then the significance is that as long as the cempasúchil flowers and the hummingbirds existed on Earth, and their love could continue after death. I just think,
I love that.
yeah, I know. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we're just so short on time here. I want to make sure the viewers can find out more about Dia de los Muertos. Where can they find that information and about your festival?
So our festival is at Friends of Oceanside Dia de los Muertos. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary. Lots of fun. We're trying to continue the tradition and make sure that people are educated. So you can find it out. It's all over, you know, the web has information all over the place, but please come join us. We hope to see you next year.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we certainly do appreciate you stopping by, and thanks again, Cathy.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Danielle, does someone say jack-o'-lantern? Well, go ahead and get your carving knives ready because we got something coming up really cool next. Stay right there.